Welcome back to Staples Center. Joe Morgan here with Sabrina Merchant. Clippers win a really fun game, 108-105 over the Spurs. They go to 35-15 now on the season. Miami coming up on, what is today?
Today's Monday.
Today's Monday, so Miami coming up on Wednesday, which should be a fun game as well. But look, this was actually one that was really enjoyable to watch. It's been an interesting stretch for the Clippers, especially with home games. Not the greatest games we've ever seen. The Minnesota game on Saturday was flat out tough to watch. I thought both teams played really hard tonight. Defensively, it was physical. I thought there was a lot of good matchups in this game as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought, for me personally, the most enjoyable part to watch was just how good the perimeter defenders on these two teams are. You've got Kawhi and PG on the Clippers side, and then you have Derek White and DeJounte Murray on the Spurs. And DeJounte provided a little more resistance to Kawhi than we're normally used to seeing. I mean, he didn't get the primary matchup on him because however the Spurs handle the rotations, I'm not going to judge that. But whenever I got to see DeJounte on Kawhi, that was easily the most interesting thing I've seen from the Clippers at home in the year 2020, because there have been some rough games coming through Staples Center.
It's been a tough stretch, and we were even talking midway through. We were just like, I'm having so much fun watching this game, and it's been a little while. Good basketball, good teams. Obviously, a Spurs team that is fighting to kind of get back into that playoff positioning, into the 8th seed. Still a pretty good look. There's some good players on this team. LaMarcus Aldridge tonight was fantastic, and there were definitely stretches where he lit up Montrezl Harrell. Doc talked about it a little bit in his post-game presser about how he actually didn't hate the way that Trez played, just maybe had some easier catches maybe than they were looking for. But Zoo at times played pretty well on LaMarcus as well.
Right, and I don't know what you're supposed to do about making that catch more challenging from Trez's perspective, because he can't front Aldridge, otherwise Aldridge just gets, unfettered access to the rim. So it's really on the perimeter defenders who are making that easier on Aldridge. Because, I mean, once he gets into that block, like, he just over the left shoulder fade, like that was just like 3 possessions consecutively in the third quarter where that was just their only source of offense, and that's fine. That's what the Spurs do. That's what LaMarcus Aldridge does. I thought the key with the Clippers was their defense in the second half. Sort of let DeRozan get going early. I mean, I'm not sure if that was DeRozan getting going or just like hitting a lot of really tough shots, because he had a similar diet of looks in the second half and they just didn't go in. And I thought it was almost better for the Clippers that DeRozan had that false sense of confidence that he was making all these tough shots, and then he just was a little too ball dominant for my taste in the second half, and I think that kind of sputtered their offense.
Yeah, I agree, but I mean, I think he had 22 in the first half.
21, yeah.
21, finished with 26. So really was not there in the second half. You got to give the Clippers some level of credit for that. I agree. He was taking some really tough shots, and at the end of the day, he just wasn't hitting the way he was hitting the first half. He had some ridiculous shots. Paul George gets knocked in the face again today. We initially thought a broken nose. He had to come out of the game. He ends up coming back in, hits the dagger 2 to put them up 4 with a few seconds left in the game. What did you think about PG tonight and his resilience?
Yeah, so I thought Kawhi sort of carried the team in the first half offensively. He had this one stretch at the end of the second quarter where he was just dominating the play on both ends of the floor. And then I thought PG picked up that mantle in the second half. And it wasn't just that dagger jumper that he hit to put them up 4. It was the pass in transition on the play before that got them the lead on that Kawhi dunk. I'm not usually that complimentary of PG's passing. I don't think it's the best part of this game. I thought he was great because the Spurs kept trapping them on the pick and roll today, and he was doing a really good job finding people out of that. I mean, I thought he was out for the game. Like when he came back to take those free throws after getting hit in the nose, I just assumed that was precautionary just in case he could come back. But Doc said he expected him to come back. He said we were a hockey team. Getting hit in the face doesn't make a difference. But just given how cautionary they are, generally speaking, they don't take any risks with their guys' injuries. I didn't expect, especially another hit to the face, second time in 2 games.
Especially PG.
Right. And he was great. Defensively, offensively, he just really helped them execute down the stretch.
Look, I thought that this stretches of this game, I thought we saw what the Clippers are really capable of being moving forward as a healthy unit. Defensively, they can lock it down when they have to. PG and Kawhi are going to be the 2 best players on the court 99% of the time, right? This Clippers team is rounding into form a little bit. Look, there are some issues that need to be resolved. Trez, even tonight, I mean, we talked about it quite a bit. He's going to have issues guarding bigger centers. It's just he's undersized, and potentially the Clippers do something here at the trade deadline. But I think overall, to be able to see the way they played tonight, how hard they played defensively, the way that they can get after you, and then having PG and Kawhi to be able to finish games off, this is a really good Clippers team.
Yeah, and I think defensively is something I wanted to hit on, just because in the first half they went to the zone a little bit in that second quarter when the Spurs made their run. And I just think that was the strangest choice when Patty Mills is on the court to try to play zone, because he was just, getting free all the time. I still don't love the way they play 3-point defense, this Clippers team. I think hopefully playing less zone, which is probably just a function of the fact that they had fewer players healthy, during stretches of the season. Hopefully that goes away a little bit because they're so good playing man. Like,
lock it down.
Kawhi, there was one sequence at the end of the second quarter where his arms were just all over DeMar DeRozan and Derek White, like on the same possession. I don't even know how that's physically possible, but yeah, the way that they can get into their guys individually on those matchups, it's a terrifying defensive lineup.
Well, we talked about it briefly. When Kawhi picks you up at half court, it's over.
It's over.
You're not doing anything. And DeMar DeRozan is a big-time player.
Excellent
in this
isolation
league.
offensive player.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And there was 2 or 3 possessions where Kawhi said, "That's it. I'm going to take you at half court." And he completely took him out of that offensive possession. Big win for the Clippers. I really like this win for them. 108-105. They go to 35-15. We'll be back on Wednesday for a really good Miami Heat team who just smoked a kind of hapless Philadelphia 76ers
The
team.
Clippers did just smoke Miami in Miami.
It's true.
So
It's true.
we'll see how they come back.
We'll see you guys on Wednesday. Thank you.